So we're still in Wisconsin. It is, I think, like August 28th, 2020. And, you know, with the pandemic, there hasn't been much going on. So as you can tell by our video, Mark has been actually pretty busy doing a lot of maintenance things that he's been wanting to do. And for me, actually, I've been real busy too. My daughter has moved. She's out on the West Coast. I was helping her and her family actually pack up and get ready to go. Plus, take care of my grandson. Yes, I have a grandson finally. He's 4 months old. And she said he is not to be shown on YouTube, and I respect that. So I wish I could show a picture of him because really, he's adorable. He has dimples. He's my grandson. So that's exciting. So what I've been doing is actually still going through a lot of our video clips that we've never used. And you know, when you're on the go and we're not in this pandemic, we did a lot. It's kind of fun to look back at that. The only thing is, not all of it made it to production. So it's fun going through it. And I came across our videos we did when we went to Death Valley. So when we left Las Vegas in April of 2019, we were heading over. We're going to shoot up and go past Lone Pine up to Reno and then head over Truckee into Sacramento. But, you know, it was April. And once we got up to Lone Pine, they were predicting all kinds of snowstorms going on with the overpass at Truckee. They were recommending that you put chains on your tires. And when they said that, we're like, nope, we're not going there. So we turned around. We kind of hung out in Lone Pine for a while. While in Lone Pine, we shot over to Death Valley, and that was pretty cool. So Death Valley is huge national park. And it took us a while just to get to the one place we wanted to do first was the sand dunes. If we had more time and probably even just camped out right there in Death Valley, there are a couple places you can, there are RV parks, and you'll see them in the video. But, you know, we just ran out of time. But what we did see was pretty cool. So the one thing that we did wrong was we didn't follow our pro tip, and that was to get going early. While in Lone Pine, we stayed at the Boulder Creek RV Resort, which was pretty nice. It has large pull-throughs and we fit in easily. And it may seem like there's not much to do around there, but there actually is. One of the things we did was go to the Manzanar relocation camp. And we did a video on that. That was fascinating. Definitely need to check that out. This area is also where they filmed many old Western films from the 1920s and on. Many of them were from the 1940s and 50s. And this was actually considered Hollywood's largest Western backlot. There's a museum of Western film history located there also, and it was really well done. All right, let's get back to Death Valley. Death Valley is actually the hottest, driest, and lowest national park. It's also the largest national park outside of Alaska, with over 3 million acres. Now that's a lot of endless exploration to be had here. Their website is excellent. You can kind of break it down to how much time you want to spend in each area, and also different areas to hike or drive your four-wheel drive. Just endless things to do. So we came in from the west, and our first stop was Father Crowley Vista Point. And from there we went down incredibly windy roads through the Panamint Valley and the range, and we passed a few lodging and RV places before we got to the Mesquite flat sand dunes, and we hung out there for a while. But because we had a late start, I would have liked to keep going and head down to the Furnace Creek area. Looks like there's a lot to do, but that would have added on another half hour. I mean, even beyond that, there's the Artist Palette, then there's the Natural Bridge, and Dante's View. All things I would love to see, but would have added 2 hours more on. At some point, I would love to visit the national park from the east and drive RV and possibly stay in one of the RV places.
Well, if we put it here, is there fingerprints all over?
Okay, and now we're on our way. So we're heading to Death Valley. And as you can see, the roads are pretty darn straight for quite a long time. And if you look at the clock on the dash cam, you can see we are getting a late start. We did not follow our pro tip and get going fast. So it's going to take us about an hour and a half just to get to the Mesquite sand dunes area. And we're going to be passing through some pretty windy areas. We're on our way to Death Valley right now to look at Father Crowley Viewpoint, about an hour from our RV park. And we had to pull over because this is just too phenomenal. Owen Lake, which is kind of drying up, salty. But look at the mountains in the background. Wow. Wow, look at those mountaintops and the clouds.
Amazing, we got self-service out here, eh?
Yeah.
Where are the towers?
And of course we had to pull over to get our shot of the Death Valley National Park sign.
Should I go on the side like I'm dead?
And as you can see, Mark probably has his own idea of what this shot should look like. And now we're going to hit the windy part just before Father Crowley Vista Point. Father Crowley Vista Point actually looks over the Rainbow Canyon, which goes into Panama Valley. And this Vista Point is a famous spot for fighter jets to test their skills going through this narrow Rainbow Canyon. And when we got there, some people said that they'd been there all day and they actually saw some come through. So you never really know when they're going to come through. But we thought we'd give it a try and just hang out for a while.
We're at Father Crowley's Vista Point in the beginning of our trek into Death Valley, and I believe this is Rainbow Canyon on the end here. You can see way in the distance here there's some cars and people on that trail, and I think we're gonna take the Honda down that trail and take a peek over that canyon. I don't like this. These are some pretty pointy rocks. You know, when you're sailing along 70 miles an hour and you get a pointy rock damage. I don't think we should do this. Just because other people do it.
Okay, do you want to back up? I'll walk out there and then I'll come back. Are you okay with that? I'll just get out here while you turn around. It's not going to take me that long to walk where that little white car is right here. And then I'll walk back. So I walked down to this lookout point. What an absolutely beautiful view, Panama Valley. And you can see here's Rainbow Canyon actually flowing into the valley. And it's through here that these jet fighters are supposed to be zooming, and they get pretty low from what we've been told. So I'm looking all over the place, not seeing them, not hearing them, but check out this view. And that winding road down below is the road we'll actually be continuing on into the Death Valley. But then all of a sudden I heard something, and I got a little excited.
Where'd it go?
Where the hell did it go? Just heard a fighter jet. Where the heck did it go? So I definitely heard the fighter jets, but I never saw them. But Mark, staying way up front, actually did see them. And he was so excited, wanted to take it in. He never picked up his camera, which was good. He really got to see it. And he was actually surprised on how small they looked in the canyon. We thought it would just fill up the canyon. Kind of gives you an idea how really wide this place is. So I went out to the point out there, and I see this road kind of winding down on the level and taking off, and that's actually the road we're going to take. So 190 kind of meanders down into that. No, cool. I'm glad you got to see it. I was hoping. I know you're a air buff guy. I was hoping you could see that. Now we're heading down the most windy and steep part of our adventure. And this actually is not recommended for RVs and semi-trailers, towing trailers, because it is so steep and windy. And they recommend if you do have the large RV or towing trailers, that you may want to access the park from the east, just to avoid this section. Shortly after this, we came to Panama Springs, which actually had some camping, a restaurant. They even had a gas station. It's like a little oasis vibe down there.
Should take a picture of the gas.
Obviously, you want to try to fill up before you get here. There's like a sand tornado going on over there.
Yeah. It's a cool road you're going on here, Ronnie.
And now we're heading up again over the Panama Range. Imagine building this road.
Yeah.
All the equipment they need out here. Expect 20-minute delay, prepared to stop. One-lane road ahead.
Rumble strips. Wake you up.
Oh, slow down.
Okay, we're at 4956, honey, right here. We made it.
Next 17 miles.
A traffic jam in Death Valley.
That's a good one.
So here we are in Death Valley on Town Pass, elevation 4956, and we have a traffic jam. Unbelievable. I don't think it's any moose or anything, but it might be like a giant lizard.
Could be. Or it could be construction. Who knows?
And it actually was construction. Oh my God, they're not kidding. Pavement ends. Wow. Wow. And yes, it's bumpy. imagine the people pulling trailers and stuff?
We got a campground here, hotel, general store, gas station. 339. Much different.
339?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unleaded.
So how close are we, do you think?
Should be right around the corner, I think.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, Mesquite
There we
Dunes.
go. 1 mile.
1 mile. I don't see anywhere to turn into.
Oh, here we go. It's splitting.
Okay. Sand dunes. Okay. Wow.
It's like,
Different plan.
yeah, it's like somebody's walking on one way up there.
We'll take this spot because it's the best for viewing.
Ooh, you can feel it's much warmer.
One thing, these critters that live out here certainly have some awesome camouflage. This is how you do it in Death Valley. Oh yeah. Wow, Mark's getting away from me. So it looks like Mark got really far away from me. Where is he? Oh my God. He's like right here. Oh my God, how did you get that far?
Sue? Sue? I already came back.
Oh, Marco.
I'm safe. Don't worry.
Marco, I was so impressed for a minute. I can't imagine what it's like when it's super hot, because what is it, like upper 70s right now? And I'm breaking a sweat just walking. What would it be like if it were 100 degrees?
Yeah.
Ay, vey.
And you know it's a little windy today, so it's a lot cooler. But I could have swore it was in the high 70s on the speedometer.
And cloudy. It's
Yeah.
not even full sunshine.
So I got to put my shoes and socks on, and the easy part's putting the shoes on. It's the socks that's the tough part. So I have more money than flexibility, so I'm going to ask one of the kids coming down the pike here to see if he'll put them on for $5, and hopefully he'll assume that that's $5 for both of them and not $5 each. Otherwise, it's going to cost me $10. But so I probably should turn the camera off. I got some kids coming here. I'm going to ask them. Okay. I get the angle right. Angle.
Are you talking?
Yes, we're talking. So, where are we, Sue?
We're now in Death Valley, California.
Okay, and what part? This is what, Mesquite Dunes?
Yeah, Mesquite sand dunes.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty much the first thing we hit in Death Valley, and we'd have to go probably another hour to get to the other stuff. But I think we're gonna end it here.
Yeah, we pretty much had enough up and down with our little Honda, and if I was a passenger, I wouldn't be able to endure any more than Sue did now. So,
The ride was mountainous and windy,
right.
so not my favorite thing.
All right, so we just went in a circle and we ground our legs 3 feet into the ground, so probably take us a while to get out of here, so we got to start working on it.
All right.
See you guys.
Got her.
5%, nothing.
Wow, how's that for a shot? There's Mark enjoying his wind again.
Woo!
Oh my God.